Hi everyone, Stephen here, and coming back with another suggestion or request from one of the last videos. And I'll have it up on the screen right now. Just pause it quickly and read it if you want. But the general gist of what we're going to be doing here is we have a bunch of PDFs, and what we want to do is we want to rename those PDFs and rename them based on data in an Excel file. And we're also going to be splitting those PDFs into single PDFs with only one page. So if you have a 3-page PDF, we're going to be splitting it into 3 single PDFs. Like PDF or page 1 will have its own PDF, and then page 2, and then page 3 will have its own. So yeah. So everything will be in the description what I'm using here. And something to note here is there's a bunch of more requirements. So I've created this requirements file. And the way you install it is just by running this command right here. So I'll provide it in the GitHub kind of setup page just so you can install it quickly. But yeah, without further ado, let's kind of get into what we're doing here. So I've created this all these pages, and it's mimicking kind of like a dentist office, and family members will come in. So we have Carol Blacksmith and then Larry Blacksmith, and they're going to come in for some dental work. And at the end of it, they're going to bill it, and they put it all in this like big document right here. And the problem with this is now the dentist office doesn't want to have all the family members in one document. They want to split them up into individual documents so they can bill patients separately and maybe search on them a bit easier. So they have a problem here, and the problem is they don't have the date and so say if they wanted to rename it to the date, the patient number, and then the code for their particular appointment, so like a dental checkup would be DC and so on and so forth. So say if they wanted to rename it to that, and all their data was in this Excel file right here that said, here's the health plan numbers, here's the family number, and then they give corresponding patient numbers, appointment codes, and then appointment date. So what we want to do in the case of the Blacksmith family is we want to create 2 separate PDFs from this one, and we're basically going to be searching for this, and then using this, and from the Excel file, so 264565, and then 1. So if we go to the patient list here and ignore all the commas, I don't know why it's doing this. I think it's something to do with the plugin for Visual Studio Code. And so we're going to find the healthcare plan number, and then see, because there's duplicates here, because you can have multiple family members on the same healthcare plan. We want to figure out what family member it is. So in the case of 1, it will be the plan holder, and 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth will be dependent. So in the case of our first one, we're going to say, okay, I want to find 264565, and then with a family number of 1, and then I want to grab all this data here and rename the file to that. So that's the general gist of what we're doing. So without further ado, let's kind of get through the review. So we're importing a bunch of libraries here. So date time is just going to be how we're going to format date and times. And then we're importing PyMute PDF as fits, and then change directory and get current working directory from the OS. And then the glob library, which is going to help us just grab all the PDFs and put them into a single list. Regex library from the last video. And then finally the pandas as PD. So pandas is basically a way for you to kind of digitalize Excel files, CSVs, which are comma separated values, in Python without having to use a program to look up an Excel file all the time. So you would have to, if you're doing it normally, you would have to open the Excel file, look for your data, close the Excel file, and then keep doing that over and over. But what we're going to be using is Dataframes, so pandas Dataframes, and that's going to help us be able to kind of just copy it over into Python and index it really quickly. So it's a great library for data. Okay, and then the other thing is we've kind of broken this down into a main method and then a helper method, which is going to basically do our regex for us, our regex searching, sorry. So here we have 2 regex statements, and we're basically just looking for healthcare plan numbers and family member numbers, and we did this in the last video. If you want to relearn all the regex, I would suggest go watching that. And we're just going to grab those numbers using these regex statements. And then this statement is actually going to create our data frame. So pd.readExcel, so pandas data frame, and then we're going to read the Excel file patient list.xlsx. If you have a macro enabled workbook, this is going to be xlsm. And then we're going to open that workbook on the sheet name visits. So if you go here, we have a visits and codes. Codes is just kind of like to visualize what all these codes mean and the price for them. So just don't worry about it. I'm just specifying which sheet we should be opening on by default. And we're going to set the index of this data frame as the healthcare plan number. And something I kind of didn't anticipate is you should probably be using unique numbers, not like ones that repeat a lot. So if you can avoid it, I would not use your index as repeat numbers like I did. Okay, then we're going to get the current working directory. So that's just going to be the file path to here. And then we're just setting the directory where our files are at files. And then we're creating a new name variable that's just going to be empty initially. And then we're changing our directory into the files directory. So that's just like clicking into here. And this glob statement is going to grab every file that has the .pdf extension like the last video. And then we're just going to change into the new files directory right here where we're going to put all our new files. And the reason I did this was because the commenter said they had like something like 2,000 files. And I haven't tested this code 100%, so I don't want to like nuke all your files. So we're just going to keep the old files in this directory right here and then just put them into a new files directory right here. So yeah, be a bit careful and mindful when you use this. Like I haven't really tested this 100% as I said before, so yeah. Next two lines are almost exactly the same as the last video. So we're going to open, or we're going to iterate through every PDF in the PDF list that we grabbed right here. So Blacksmith, Log, Reynolds, and Roger. So we're going to iterate through each of those, and then we're going to open a PDF from that list as a PDF object, and this is how we're going to basically interact with the pages and whatnot. And then this next loop is kind of interesting. So for count, comma, page in enumerate PDF object. And what enumerate does is it basically creates a counter variable for us on each iteration of page. And so say if the PDF page is 2, or the total number of pages in the PDF is 2, it's going to enumerate it from 0 to 1. And this is going to help us when we split the PDF later, and I'll kind of show it. But basically it just creates like a counter variable so that we don't have to manage ourselves. So really helpful if you can get Python to kind of manage those things for you, so less mistakes. All right, and then we're getting all the text from a page, and then we're going to search that text we just got with our regex right here. So we're going to grab the family number and the healthcare number from that page. So in the case of the blacksmith for Carol, we're going to grab this number and then this one right here, sorry. Okay, and then this next line is basically creating a new data frame, and it's going to be creating it on a filtering option. So we're saying we're going to locate a row where the family number equals the one we just pulled from up here. So in the case of Carol Blacksmith, this is going to be 1. So we're saying locate in the pandas data frame, which is represented by the Excel file, all the family number rows with a value of 1. So we've got this one right here, this one, this one, this one, and then this one. And then we're further saying we want to locate from those rows with a value of 1, the actual healthcare number, which is unique in this case. So in the case of Carol Blacksmith, this is going to be 264,565. So if we go back here, we're basically going to be left with this row right here, this row right here, this row, and this row. And from those rows that we just pointed to, we're going to say, is this the healthcare plan number? Nope. And then we're going to say, is it here? Nope. Nope. Yes. And we found our row. So right here is our row, and we can then pull all our data we want here. So we're going to rename it to the date, patient number, and then the appointment code. So we're basically just filtering down to a single row where we can then grab all the information from. Okay, and then we're creating the new name from that, what we just grabbed from that row, which is now stored in temp data frame. So the temp data frame is just a single row. And then what we're doing here is we're basically just grabbing the date from that. But when you grab dates from Excel files like this, it adds an annoying hour, minutes, and seconds. Well, not annoying if you need it, but annoying in our case. So we're basically just going to strip the date time from it and just put it in a year, month, day format. And then we're just converting it back to a date and then making it a string. And then we're just going to separate it by an underscore. And here we're just grabbing the patient number and simply converting it to a string, and then another underscore, and then the appointment code, and converting that to a string, and then adding our .pdf file extension because we want it to be a PDF still. And then we're saying here, we're going to be creating a new document. We're just saying new doc equals fits.open. And we're not going to specify a name right now. We'll get to that later. And we're saying here, new doc.insert PDF. So we're inserting a PDF into this new document. And we're specifying what we're inserting, so our old PDF object. But we're actually now going to specify from which page that's going to be. So from and to page, which is our enumerated count variable. So what this would say in the case of the first page, and the first page is treated as 0. So this page, or this PDF file has 2 pages, which are treated as page 0 and page 1. So what it's saying is on enumeration 0, so this page right here is 0, what we're basically going to be doing is taking this PDF and then this singular page right here and inserting it into our new PDF document, which is represented by new doc. So we're just doing that quickly. So if after this iteration, what it would be when we moved on to this page, it would be 1, and then we'd be copying 1 to 1 over to our new PDF document here. And this would go on for n number of pages. And then finally, we're saving the new PDF file name with newdoc.save and then new name. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We didn't cover error handling in this one. So I could add that in and push the changes to the GitHub, but just let me know in the comments. So yeah, without further ado, let's just actually run the code and see if it works. Okay, so we got all our individual PDFs that are now billed separately, which is what the dentist's office wanted. So let's just go through one quickly here and see if it's correct. So our new name is the date 2018. 03 and then the 14th day with the patient number of 70923 and a code of WTR. So patient Larry Blacksmith, husband. So let's go look, 264565 and a family member number of 2. So we already know it's down here. And if we look at this row right here, we can see it's 70923. And if we look at the new file, we can see, yep, it's in the name, with an appointment code of WTR, and yep, it's at the end, and then a date of this, and we can quickly confirm it and say, yep, it's all correct. So you could just confirm by yourself the other pages before you start using this on your own PDFs, but it looks correct to me, and yeah. So that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you have another request or suggestion, comment it down below, and I'll try getting to it. Thank you.